Hello, welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period. I almost forgot the words, but it's okay.
You didn't, but you ate.
I'm here myself with my fellow. Well, I'm not a king, but I am part of the royal court with these kings over here. We got Porcupine, Redhead, Dave, and Triucas or Troicus. You know what we're referring to. Being a little punny. We had a cute little 2-episode drop. Even though I thought there was 3. I don't know why. They're episode 4 and 5 were the latest drop, and it was cute. It was fun. There's a lot of fun, like just images and videos that came out of it. I saw a lot of clips online about it, and I think there's more traction happening. Because I remember with season 1, it didn't people weren't on it right away. I think once it started going, people started getting more and more interested in it, and it gained like a lot of momentum. So I kind of hope it happens for this season 2. But I did, while I was watching this drop, I don't know how y'all felt, but for me, what I've seen so far, I'm not sure yet how it compares to season 1, for those of you that have seen season 1. But I was like, especially the hypnotism moment, I was a little bit like, that's a little risky. I don't know if we should have done that.
I agree.
But I think it's good to remember that we only see 30-minute packages of what they're doing all week. Let's say they're there for a week.
Yeah.
And we're only seeing the weird highlights. And there's a lot of daily stuff that are normal, like between the actors and Anthony, that we're not seeing. I did watch a video, which I'll share in the Discord if you haven't seen that. They show some behind the scenes. And the producer said that there was 3,600 hours of footage, which is a lot of footage to go through. And basically they had to work to do, very bite-sized episodes, but they also, like, the writers really worked hard to build like a reality bank for Anthony. So like basically a lot of things we don't see, a lot of little things that kind of grounds things in reality, so that when absurd stuff happens, he doesn't like immediately walk.
Perfect.
But I don't know, how do you...
Yeah. You have to keep reminding yourself of that though, because when you just see all the weird stuff back to back to back, I'm just like, how on earth does this happen? Like I was saying earlier, I need to see the kind of psych test and evaluations they do to find a guy like Anthony. Like he has to be friends with the right people. He has to grow up a certain type of way to have such a positive, optimistic outlook on all of this. Because I suppose with season 1, it makes more sense because I feel like with a jury trial, you already have select points you can tick off. But for something like a company retreat, you have to, because a jury trial is already an absurd situation. But with something like this, I don't know, you keep having to throw curveball after curveball.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that, wow, it was getting to a point where it was getting hard to suspend my disbelief.
Exactly.
There's just no way. But yeah, I had said it last podcast about there are, with the seminars, there's so many normal seminars. So when you get to the outrageous seminar, it makes a little bit more sense. But even then, it is hard. But yeah, I just keep having to remind myself, like you were saying, okay, so we see this moment of like this crazy story that he's telling with the hypnotist. But before that, they kind of slice it together to where it seems like it's a pretty normal hypnotist show. So you're getting 45 minutes of normal hypnotist things, and they're laughing and just like, this is kooky. And then you get like maybe 5 minutes of like, oh, what the hell? But because it's 30-minute episodes, it's so tightly packaged. It seems like it's one after the other.
Yeah. Plus, I wonder how lucky they got getting Anthony, because like Cass said, they had to do like these psyche evals probably. He just applies for a job. So I wonder how many interviews they really do with him before they make the decision that he's the one on the cast.
I think that they're gonna basically last season at the last episode they did show a lot of the process, so maybe we'll get more details, but I know that they took 10,000 like applicants from all over the country, so they basically brought them from outside of California, which is
10,000 people up, which also just speaks to the fucking job economy. 10,000 people applied to a temporary job.
Yeah,
a hot sauce company.
At a fucking hot sauce company for a retreat. We don't know how long the temporary job is, but I don't know if it's just for the retreat, but it seems very, very temporary, like a couple of weeks, if that. Right. And so we're at the point where it's like, girl, people are very desperate for jobs. I know I just got off of a couple of months long job search, and it is not easy out here. So that,
No, I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly what I was thinking about when I saw that. I'm like, that's like really wild that he came from Nashville. So he relocated, I guess through them, they like paid for his like living stipend. But I'm not sure like how long that contract is. Right. And it's like this poor guy just wants a job. Like, I don't know his situations obviously, but he definitely needs a temp job. So this is an interesting like 2-episode drop. We can pull up the slides at any point.
I also want to say to Amazon Prime Videos, I need you to put this front and center because when I go to the app, I see the old Jury Duty. I see Jury Duty season 1. I want Jury Duty Company Retreat. I have to search it up. I have to scroll. I don't want to do that. It's number 4 in the US. Why am I scrolling? It should be front and center.
We need to get the tea on that. Why isn't this a season 2? Why is this a whole separate show?
I don't know.
Here's the thing though, the first season didn't come out on Prime. It was on this like offshoot app that they have, which is Freevee, and that was like their flagship show. And that was like the first time I heard about Freevee. Like, I don't think I've ever even seen anything else on there. But I believe they have some things with ads. Like, you watch it with ads. I think it's like just like a streaming thing. But I bet it's like owned by Amazon. It makes sense. But at the same time, this isn't Jury Duty. So I understand that like it needs to be like presented in a way that it's its own thing. It's Company Retreat. But it's like, imagine for the next season, it's going to be Jury Duty, Company, or Made. I don't know, season 2, and then the third thing. It's gonna be a long title. Who knows what it's gonna be?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't find a name like a name that they could do for every season, and just had this one be like something Company Retreat. Like, because now that the success of the first show, they can definitely make this a series that goes on for a long time. So I feel like it's easier just to have seasons than keep making brand new shows that you have to search for each time.
Yeah, agree. But I feel like Jury Duty works. I wouldn't have bat an eye if this season was called Jury Duty as well. I'm like, makes sense, you know? But yeah, I think what you were saying, it may be something in terms of the rights and Amazon actually owning this one. So that definitely makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, real.
So we start the first episode, so episode 4. There's actually a little cold open, which I noticed. I don't know if we had it in the other episodes, probably, and I didn't actually clock it. But this episode and the next one do have a little cold open. It's a cute little moment with PJ and Anthony, and they're doing, and I think Jackie actually joins them. And I love that trio. I love that dynamic, by the way. And it kind of comes up again later, but they're doing a little like vlog, like a snack tasting situation. It's like their YouTube vloggers or something, but it was cute. They were sharing snacks.
The normal
PJ
people.
You know,
I was gonna say, how many PJ bites would you have given this segment? I was given probably like a 4, like yeah.
Wait, what was it out of?
We don't know. We don't know what it was out of. We go with whatever.
I think it's out of 5.
I would assume out of 5.
I would hope a 5.
Yeah,
out of 10.
I listen. Anytime PJ's on the screen, I'm always down. So it doesn't matter what he's doing. So we start with that, and then we drop into day 4 of the retreat. Kevin and Anthony are actually on a FaceTime, and it's literally just like Anthony in a big conference room in front of a giant TV, and it's Kevin's face, and they're talking. Yeah. Since he left, Kevin is filled in on everything that's happened through Anthony. And then Anthony asks him how he's doing. He's like very sincere, like he's obviously worried about his mental state after the failed proposal with Amy. And Kevin says he's been hanging out with his mom. You know, he's been chilling with his mother and you know, just decompressing. And that's
has anyone seen Limitless? Is that the movie with Justin Timberlake?
Oh. Yes.
That sounds really familiar.
I always see the I always see the like poster when I'm scrolling on streaming sites, but I never watched it. What is it about? Because I felt like that was funny. Like the fact that he was watching that with his mom and his mom liked it. I feel like it was funny, but I don't know what the plot is.
The movie, I've seen it one time when it came out, didn't make waves. I could not tell you if it was it wasn't memorable, obviously, but I feel like it was something that they had to drop. Maybe it's like a nod to something. Maybe it's just an inside joke with production. Who knows? Because they also had that with Bones, and I'm like, why Bones? Like, why not any other show? So maybe there's something there.
Yeah, this is all we get from Kevin for the whole drop. So it's clear that they want us to remember he exists, or otherwise they wouldn't have shown it.
Girl, he coming back, apparently.
He is coming back. And I genuinely see they're definitely going to do something with Amy, other Anthony, and Kevin, right?
Down.
Another proposal, do you think? That would be crazy.
Another proposal is crazy.
I thought other Anthony was married. I thought he was married because I thought I had seen a ring on his finger, but
isn't he sleeping on Helen's sofa?
Yeah, because he has black mold. He's married to that black mold.
Maybe that's.
There was a funny line in this where Kevin's like, "Yeah, my mom's not taking it well." He said something like that. That just made me laugh for some reason. Because like, what story did you tell your mom these years?
Right, and it's like, are you living with her? Maybe you're living with her. We don't even know that part. You know.
Probably.
Oh my God. Part of his look.
Either he lives with his mom.
What?
I feel like we need more context with Kevin. Like, I still don't really know what's happening. Why didn't he explain more about what he was going through with the Doritos? I mean, I know it's pretty self-explanatory, but I still wanted to hear more.
What do you need to explain, Cass? Like, what more do you need?
Like, it's simple. Amy likes Doritos. Let me get Doritos and place them in the shape of a heart.
Anthony didn't. I'm assuming Anthony didn't ask us, or because we didn't see it. Would y'all have asked him about the Doritos? Like, so Kevin, we're like missing Doritos.
Well, that's rude because you can't have him come back and not tell him that they all found the Doritos. What do you think? Ignorance is bliss?
Yeah.
So no one brings it up. He comes into.
Would you guys let him know?
Maybe you bring it up in a funny way, like on a lighter note. We had Marjorie was on our ass about these Doritos. We were looking everywhere for it, and they were in your room. LOL.
Yeah, I would blame it on Marjorie. I would just be like, yeah, she was really upset.
If you don't want it to be like we all walked into the room, be like, Marjorie found it in your room. It says no big deal. Just say something like that, so it doesn't look like we all found this heart-shaped thing that happened in your room.
Right. So after that, we jump to the morning meeting. There's a little meeting where, they're kind of like under that, I forget what it's called. It's kind of like has like a dome ceiling, but it's kind of like the center point where they all mingle and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yurt. The yurt.
That. I didn't want to say it wrong. I don't know if it was like culturally okay. I don't know. So I don't know.
Having a Jimmy moment.
No, literally, you can say Nigeria. It's okay.
I get it. So they're in the yurt, and Dougie's like, yeah, so I just had a normal business meeting with my dad, because if you remember where we left off, him and his dad were having an argument after the whole finding out that he was using the Taco Bell sauce recipe.
Oh my God.
And trying to pass it as his own kind of sauce. So he's just trying to do some damage control and just say it was fine. Everything's fine. We kind of jumped to a confessional with the whole group, and it's funny when we find out the way that Dougie actually got all those Taco Bell sauce packets, because he finds out, he's like, I just called around, and apparently some locations, like, they don't care how many you take. So as long as you buy something, you can just take as many sauce packets as you want. So, like, I just kind of envision this guy just driving around the city from Taco Bell to Taco Bell, just with a bin full of sauce.
And it's like,
you can't buy that.
Part of me wants to applaud his tenacity and his drive. But on the other hand, we live in a world where you can get Taco Bell sauce by the bottle from the store. So why are you going? And then I'm also thinking, it's not like just a singular bottle.
Yeah, exactly. We saw how many.
50 to 100 bottles given out to everyone. How many? That's like 10. That's like 50,000 packets. It gotta be.
Yeah. I used to work at a Taco Bell, and people do steal these hot sauce packets. Like, people will get a handful out of the counter and walk away with it. They won't even buy it. They will come in and just steal a handful of sauce and walk out. And you can't really do anything in those moments. It's like, sir, you're taking all the mild, and then you just gotta accept it. Like, there's nothing. I'm not chasing you for mild sauce.
Not all the mild.
Girl. To be fair, I am a sauce snatcher. Load me up.
Oh, it was Dave you caught.
Like, I don't. If you go through the drive-thru and ask for some sauce, I give you 2 per item you got. But if you walk in, you can just grab as much as you want. There's nothing nothing we can do to stop you.
Oh, you stingy with the sauces.
That's the rules, because I was 15. They was on my ass about that sauce. Okay.
Dang.
All right, so Drake, Okay.
No, one of my co-workers, when we worked there, you asked for someone with sauce, you would just press the button one time. So it's like one mild sauce. She really thought she was only handing out one sauce for people. We were like, no, just grab a handful or something. Like, why are you doing that?
I hate when a bitch act like the sauce is coming out they check. It's gonna be 50 cents. Bitch, give me the damn sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah.
So seriously.
I used to just get a handful and then they yelled at me one day, so I had to count.
Oh man. Well, Dougie did his thing, and Doug pulls Anthony aside, Doug, the CEO, and he's like, I actually need some help. I didn't really know what he meant by that because he just leaves. He's like, I have people coming for meetings, so I can't join the group. It's kind of just an excuse for Doug not to be there and not to be part of the next thing that happens. But it has to do with like the people who end up showing up, I think, obviously, at the end of this episode.
Wait, you're right. He did make an effort to tell Anthony that, and it makes no sense with the context we were given. With this foreshadowing, maybe for the last drop, I keep saying there's going to be like some monumental decision that Anthony has to have with the company at some point.
Oh my gosh.
My mind went to, they made Anthony probably set up all the like Doug-Kathlon stuff off screen because they actually had to make him do work.
Yeah.
That was like my mindset.
Oh my God.
They probably just made him do all that. Like they probably had him help with it.
Yeah, I just thought it was just like kind of helping around, looking out for the people, you know, just doing like miscellaneous things.
I guess.
It just depends on how good these people are at improv, and obviously they casted them for a reason. And I heard that they had like inner ears basically the entire time. So I don't know how they hid those, where they have earpieces and they have the like whoever the production talking to them at the same time that they're dealing with Anthony in real life. Like, it's kind of interesting. But so we get to this this motivational speaker, Scott. You see him on the left screen on the picture where he's in the front of the whole group, and he's got a slideshow, and you're like, oh, what is this motivational speaker gonna talk about? Apparently he climbed Mount Everest, which is no joke. It's a very, very, very crazy feat. I used to be obsessed with Mount Everest when I was a kid. Know way too much about the trials and tribulations, and it's honestly horrifying.
I know.
So I was interested to see like what this man was gonna say, because there's a whole reason for this, right? Why are we talking about it? And I mean, we kind of get to why and how it connects to Dougie, but basically, this man says he worked in the corporate world. He stole from the company. He was a cheater. He abused drugs. He needed to challenge himself. He's like, this is just too much. My life is going down the drain. Like, it's all like just I think he hit rock bottom. He didn't really say the words rock bottom, but basically he hit rock bottom.
I mean, it doesn't get any more lower than sucking dick for drugs. Like, girl,
well, you could have frostbite on your balls. That sounds a little lower to me.
I wrote down everything, girl. He said he cheated on his wife. He turned to drugs, lived in a studio apartment with 2 roommates, sucked dick for drugs, got beat up by a dealer, and then he realized he needed to turn his life around.
It's the plot of 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
So he needed to set up that, you know, life was not going great for Scott, and so he decided, you know, he's gonna do something crazy. He's gonna climb Mount Everest, and the focus of this is not just the climbing of Mount Everest. It's really what happens when he does get there. He gets frostbite, and not just anywhere. You know, he gets frostbite on his testicles.
Porcupine.
And he tells this whole tale. I know, this whole tale of the T word. And every time he says the T word, Jimmy's like, "Hey, we can't. That's porcupine. We can't talk about it. We can't." Obviously, Scott doesn't know what that means.
He said, are your testicles a big part of this story?
I'm serious.
He said they're like the main part of the story.
I need a counter for every time he said it, I swear.
When he said there's no way to get around it, he meant it.
And there's so many ways to get around it, to be honest.
Listen,
how is it necessary to the story?
He has his visual aids. Look, that screen that's back there, it shows the stages of frostbite. But not only that, he's got some graphic pictures that he shows everyone that they had some war.
What was the dog?
Well, the dog was the testicles with and then not. I think he was just saying like this is what it was, a before and after of a dog.
Is that
it
like
pre-neuter and post?
Yeah, when a dog is like fixed, is that what it's called? Is that they were showing?
Yeah, basically.
It was pre-neutered and post.
a cartoon, I guess, made it less serious. I mean, it's a serious thing, but you know, this is what we're doing here, and it's crazy. Everyone is keeping a straight face, and I understand they rehearse this stuff, but it's like so funny because then sometimes they would break, and it would be natural, like PJ like asking questions and being like, "What in the world? Like, what size did you get?" This man's like crouching. He's in pain. He's on the ground, and he's very like straight face. I wonder how many like times he had to practice this whole thing because it's so absurd.
I can't imagine that. Do you not think that this is a moment that jumps the shark a little bit? Like, in what world do they bring a motivational speaker to talk about testicular frostbite?
Like what? Like, okay, yes, Mount Everest, climbing Mount Everest, overcoming
I see that. I am free. Get that.
But the fact that you froze your balls off and then had to get, well, he didn't freeze his balls off.
He did them on purpose too.
They froze. Yes, he was at a 3rd degree frostbite and had to take it to the 4th in order so that they weren't numb. One of my favorite moments comes from Amy when Anthony cracks her and he's like, somebody says, yeah, he dropped a couple of gems, and then he was like, and his personal gems too. And Amy loses it. She has to like fully cover her mouth. Like she almost broke.
And it's so like crazy. It's fine sometimes to break. It just depends on how you're breaking too. Like it can seem very like natural, and I think you shouldn't be all like deadpanned. It wouldn't really make sense,
right? I was gonna say, like, fully here it would make sense for like half the people to start bursting out into laughter, especially after all the insanity that they've endured in the previous 3 episodes. For everyone to go like completely silent, I don't know how I would take it.
Yeah, I do think part of improv is like you can break, but you have to lock in and remember like what you're there for. But like you see, it's like in SNL and stuff. Like if something switches up and something you didn't expect makes you break, that's fine, but you do have to get back to like what you were working on. But it's just natural. You're gonna laugh sometimes when something funny happens.
I mean, that's why I think it's so impressive. It's just such an impressive like skill to have, and I don't know that I think also watching this back, like these people should be very proud of themselves because there's interviews of them after, and they were so relieved when it was over and that they pulled it off. Like, I mean, it works out in both seasons. They're just relieved. So
like, can I ask, in episode 8, does Anthony get told the finale?
I would assume that's the finale.
I'm pretty sure
that's the finale, right?
That's what. Actually, that's what we think.
In the first
that
season,
happened in the first season.
In the first season episode, like the episode before the finale, he gets told, and then the last episode's all like behind the scenes and then explaining everything to him.
Okay.
Yeah, which was actually my favorite part. Yeah, it was just I love seeing behind the scenes of how that works, but. Yeah, so it might be the 7th, and then the 8th would be the breakdown. But basically, the whole point of this meeting, it all comes to a head when the speaker, Scott, says, like, I just thought to myself, like, you know, who feels like a failure? You know, maybe you feel like a failure and you feel like you let people down. And that kind of question just kind of hangs there. And, like, they like, zoom in on Dougie's face, and he's just so distraught. And he's really in his feelings. He's just there. And he gets up, and he, like, walks out angrily, like basically taking offense and feeling like that's how I feel. I feel like a failure.
Said, I get it, bro. I'm a failure. You're a failure. We're all fucking failures. Like, Jesus, Dougie, calm down.
It was.
I felt it, Dougie.
Yeah, and I think that was like a way to like show the insight into what he's going through, like for Anthony, and like, you know, make a scene. And so
I did feel bad for him this drop, especially with the no seat at the table at the restaurant. That was cold.
You know, I actually wasn't feeling bad for Dougie. I think also I kept trying to think, what would I be doing if I was Anthony?
Right. Yeah.
No shade. I would be talking shit about Dougie all day and night. I would be like, Helen, girl, is he really finna be the next CEO? Like, this is not giving CEO material. Like, baby, I would have been smoking weed in the back. It would have been a mess.
That's why you're not casted. Like, I'm not saying.
Like, I mean, hey, do what you need to do.
I wouldn't say the treatment is unearned, but I would say I wouldn't be able to see it and not feel bad. What I will say, I would not go on that hike to look for him. I'd be like, he doesn't need all of us to go.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be with Jackie staying behind. Yes, please.
Hey, bitch, it's pool day.
It's pool day. Exactly.
There's also this like side plot where like Kate clearly hates Dougie. Like she never like really says it, but she definitely just hates Dougie. Like every time he's around, she looks so annoyed.
I can't believe she's the only one is the thing. Like, I feel like if this were real, like, especially like Helen or someone would talk so much more shit, but apparently everyone's just great people.
But also, I think it depends on how long you've known Dougie. As when Helen's saying, like, she's been in this company for forever. Like, I think if like you grew up around Dougie, or maybe grow up's not the right word. Like, he grew up around you. I feel you have like a soft spot for Dougie. It depends on how close this family is.
If you did put more years into this company, I'd be more pissed. I'd be like, wow, I've really lived this for so long of my life, and now it's basically thrown away for the sake of nepotism.
My whole life is rocking grandma's hot sauce, and now Dougie's gonna ruin it.
Dougie's gonna take this bitch under by using motherfucking Taco Bell sauce, not going over graphics. Like, there are just things that are unexcusable as, like, sure, use your nepotism, but you gotta at least train him up. The fact that he's doing these secret projects and not looking it over with marketing, and he's having these outbursts, he's not emotionally regulated. This is not CEO material. So, girl, you sell the business to Kathy Griffin, girl.
How old is
she? Was Kathy Griffin? I saw the same thing.
As soon as she stepped out, I was like, Kathy?
That is Kathy Griffin.
It is Kathy Griffin. Big Brother 16 legend Kathy Griffin is on jury duty.
What she's best known for.
That's what I know her for.
Zingbot assistant Kathy Griffin. That one
literally showed up in a giant Zingbot. Okay, it was the Cybertruck was Zingbot in a different form. Like, what do you mean?
She had some great zings. She had some of the best zings of the show, so I'll give it to her.
She did.
That one
was how old do we think Dougie's supposed to be?
35.
Is he 35? Did they say that? I think I missed that.
Yes.
Okay, he's still grown to be acting like this. In my mind, I thought he was like mid-20s. Like, he can still grow. He's 35. He got to be better.
Well, they have lunch with the speaker right after this, and it's kind of cute. Anthony's basically explaining what was going on with Dougie, and the speaker guy's just like listening. And then other Anthony's talking about his black mold and how he's sleeping on Helen's couch, like we mentioned. And then he's like, maybe I should just climb Mount Everest. And Anthony's like, honestly, by the time you go and come back, I think you could figure out your problems. Like, you don't need to go to Mount Everest if you're this like low on life. I just don't recommend.
Because like, girl, your entire house is gonna be black mold. Just deal with the mold right now.
Yeah. Mount Everest is like a multi-year journey to like set up. Like, you got to get rid of this black mold.
Can I ask, why does this motivational speaker go on the hike? Like, why does he? Oh no, because he feels bad, right? Because he feels bad that he feels responsible.
Yeah, he's the one that incited it.
Yeah,
he's just part of this crew now.
I mean, in the Doug-Kathlon.
He wasn't.
We don't really need another character. But basically, what happens is the next scene, we see Jimmy has a metal detector, and he's just out here using his metal detector that he ordered. And he's like, yeah, it just came in the mail. Like, I'm looking for the time capsule. And Anthony thinks it's hilarious. He thinks it's a hoot and a holler. And he's just like, I love you, man. Like, this is hilarious. Because they're still looking for that time capsule. And Jimmy's got an investment in that because...
That would be my mission for the week. Find this time capsule. I love artifacts. I love things that are... Yeah, I love archaeology. I love screenshots in time. So it's like, please, let's find this time capsule. That's what I will be here for. Like, yes. And what was also fun during this was there was a moment with Jackie where when Anthony walks away, PJ is like, you would think I would be good at this in terms of blowing up the
pool
toy.
I didn't catch
and
that.
Jackie's like, porcupine. And then she laughs. But the camera cuts away from her and he's like, you better.
Yeah, and I literally noted that, like, again, love their dynamic. Just like, it's just so fun and like real, and it just adds another layer to their camaraderie. And basically during that time when they're blowing up the pool toys and Jimmy's doing his metal detecting, Amy and Claire walk up and they're like, hey, have you guys seen Dougie? Like, we can't find him. Which is like, that's like a clear like script moment, right? Of like, okay, Amy and Claire approach the others and try to get everybody to go. So the whole group basically gathers because we don't know where Dougie is. And they all put on these neon vests. I guess maybe it's like a protocol or something just to stand out. You know how when people go on a search party and they're out in the woods and they right before they go, there's a confessional with Anthony and Scott. And Scott saying, you know, we got to find this young man and bring him back safely. And Kate walks right behind them and she drops this comment. She says, He's 35. He's a grown man. And I thought that was hilarious because I don't know if that was improv or if it was just like a line for her to throw in whenever like she could. But that was hilarious. And we have confirmation. He's a 35-year-old man.
I also wonder what I wonder how this production works, because there are some moments that are just so good in terms of the way that they're shot, in terms of the way that they're edited, like in the True Kiss, when it goes from the slideshow to them and they all turn and like sync. Like there's like, this should be straight out of The Office, and it's like, are y'all blocking this? Are like some of these moments are shot so well where it blends the line between being scripted and being reality, and it works. Sometimes I get fully immersed where it's like, this is just a different show. This doesn't even feel like a prank thing. This is just a fun workplace comedy. But then, you know, you get into it. So I really wonder what that looks like. Are they planning out how it's going to be edited in the real time, or like what that production process looks like?
I don't even know. We need a behind the scenes of that.
Yeah. I need more than just one episode from behind the scenes. I need like a full documentary of like just one day of this. I want to see exactly what happens. Like, show me all the boring stuff too. Let me see a regular seminar. Like, I need to see a rehearsal.
I bet they rehearse based on different things that Anthony does as well. I mean, I'm sure they estimate, but you never know. Well, before we get up here, can we does anyone going to talk about the fact that he stole Marjorie's golf cart and crashed it? I feel like that was swept under the rug. That's crazy. Especially if he was having a moment to himself. It's like, I just need to get away. Well, with Marjorie's golf cart that no longer works.
I know. I would question that. I'd be like, what are we doing? We're going to go look for this guy? All of us have to go? And then not only do all of us have to go, we have to like miss out on pool day. And I want to have, you know, some downtime. I'm sure they're doing like workshops all the time. There's stuff that we're not seeing. There's like full days that they have planned for them in order like the more mundane stuff, right? So yeah, they gather, they split into two groups. And my question is, there's one group with Anthony and there's a group without him. And I'm wondering during the time, because we don't see, there's no cameras on the other group. I'm like, I wonder what they were doing. Because like, you know, you're not going to find him because they split. And then that one was going actually where he was going with Anthony. Like, it's very interesting how they orchestrated that. Yes. And also, like, did they just talk amongst themselves? Like, they just didn't need to do anything.
I reckon they can't break character too much in case Anthony overheard or came within too close. I mean, maybe. I don't think they did anything crazy. I think they just, like, did a T-pose.
Walked away.
Let's be real. It was Jackie, and she went back to pool day. Because she was not real.
I was wondering about that. Like, what if Anthony decided to go down? That felt like that moment in particular felt like a choose your own adventure, because it was like, we can go up, we can go down. Where do you want to go, Anthony? And I was like, ooh, where's he going to go? And so I wonder kind of on the flip side, if, you know, what happens if he goes down? Like, are they going to get attacked by a bear? Are they going to run into the hiker? Like, what scenario did they have set up for that?
It's like when you play a game and you get one ending and then you have to restart to get a different ending. Like, I need that. I need to see what would have happened. I don't care if it's just a rehearsal or whatever, but if there were any missing scenes, I have to see it.
I wonder if Dougie's actor was just somewhere where he could be at no matter what. Like, he was in the middle and they like drove him somewhere that he had to be, like, depending on what he chose. I'm assuming that.
Yeah, I mean, basically they follow his tracks. They find him here in this like, well, they go on top of it, but he's like in this shack thing, and they hear his little music, and he's like, wah, wah, like doing his weird sounds that he does. I don't know
his Jamaican accent.
Yeah, and he's playing his bongo. I think it's just one bongo drum. And they find him, and Anthony's the first one to approach him, which is like you can't script that. I mean, you can't script it better, is what I mean.
I think what is scripted insane is like I would pick up on is the trail. Like, there's no way you leave a perfect trail to where you are. Like, it's like Hansel and Gretel.
I would have been. You're a grown ass man running into the woods, throwing a fit. That's where. No, we're not searching for him. He needs to bring his ass up out of them fucking woods. I'm sorry. His daddy can look for him. I don't got it.
Is this building?
What is this?
That's the energy that Kate has. Kate has that energy. She is kind of like, I think, how I would feel in that situation. Yeah. And we can pull up the video of that moment when they're on top of the building, and then
hey, to come look for you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
1, 2, 3. All right.
So that's basically another, like, it's a callback to Scott's presentation when he top of the mountain. He said, "I'm free," and they're like, "Let's do it together. It'd be kind of cute." And they do.
I think the hiker was such a good touch as well.
Yes, I was gonna say, y'all know what we forgot about Amy and her bucket list. She went on her first hike.
My God, you're right.
And guys, this was an intense hike. The altitude is changing. She's not adjusting. Like, it's a lot going on. I'm like, I'm proud of her for her first hike.
We don't stop having enough of her though. Oh my God.
He was like, I need to go ahead. I'm being annoyed and I just can't let that happen to me.
No, I wrote it down. I think he said, I'm getting annoyed and I don't like that in myself. And honestly, I relate to that.
And she said it must be the altitude.
No, she was like, do you think he's safe? Like the oxygen might be different up here.
So, no, I think he's good, but I'm starting to think that about you.
And then later, Kate's like, it was like not even like a mile hike or something. Like, what was it that she said?
I think a quarter of a mile.
It was a quarter of a mile, and of course, Kate has that. She has all the gadgets, and she's got her back position posture thing.
Oh boy.
She's got it all. And basically now that they found Dougie's like, I don't want to be on my own. You guys are my family, my team. Like, we're going to get through whatever it is together. And it's like, all of a sudden, it was kind of a comedic moment where it's like a flip of a switch and he's like ready to go back because he didn't want to go back initially when they found him. So they decide to leave and they go to the pool because it's pool day. And it was just hilarious watching this whole thing play out because you see Claire, you can see her on the pink floaty. She's got her entire body covered from head to toe, not just head, actually, like eyebrow to her toe. Like, that's like the physical comedy of this whole show is Claire. And without talking, because, she's deadpan when she talks, but the other side of her is just what she does with her outfits. And we see Jimmy. He has shaved his body hair on his belly and chest into a six-pack. And it's just hilarious because I think I saw a picture floating around of like the guy taking a picture of himself right before he like went out of his room to do it. And I think it's fun. Like, I think some of these actors were like had like some say into like what they could do. He's like, hey, you guys, I have some like hair I can shave, and it could be a little bit, it could be something fun. So
maybe that wasn't scripted. Maybe he just had that.
Yeah, he's been having that for years. He's like,
he's got a party trick, and that's his party trick. So Dougie basically has a lot of fun with the group. They're all like in the pool. Jackie's happy she made it to pool day, and as the episode's drawing to a close, we see a Cybertruck arrive at the retreat, and you're like, oh gosh, like, who's this gonna be? Because it's like a choice too. It's a choice to have a Tesla Cybertruck show up, and
it's a statement.
Yeah,
it's a statement. And these three people walk out, all redheads. Very notably, I think the first thing anyone notices is that they all have red hair. And Kathy Griffin, aka Elizabeth, shows up. And she's here. She means business. I don't know who she is, but she means business.
No, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This shit is in different areas because she's one of the first people that we see on screens in that first episode. And I just dusted it off. I was like, oh, okay. Because I remember being like, I love how everyone's so in character. He's having this conversation about selling the business. But I think it's just, it's just the off mark, just the flippant thing, just the day in the life. And for them to plant that seed in the first episode and bring it back now where he's actually, we have the conflict with Dougie and he's actually finna sell the business. I just thought that was so brilliant. But she wasn't even on my head. So when she got out the car, I said, oh, Kathy Griffin, what is she doing here?
I was just thinking, are they hiring more redheads? Because
I was going to say that, but you beat me to it. Dang it.
This whole next episode, they talk about how there's too many redheads. I was like, hey, we gotta calm down, guys. This is a little too personal for me. This is the TRK's resident ginger.
I'm an ally. I have redheads in my family. I'm an ally, but I think it was just funny because it's such a small detail, and there is a website that this company that this woman represents has made, like the production has made a fake website. So I'll include that in the Discord as well, because it's just so funny that they went to the lengths of creating a corporate website for this, like it's like an investment private equity firm, and they are here because they're here to see if Doug wants to sell and if they could do, business. And the next episode starts off with Doug talking about exploring the sale of the company.
Is this as was these people always going to come, or did Doug call them because of Dougie fucking up? It's the latter, right?
Well, it's always been planned. Because...
No, I know it's always been planned, but like with the narrative that they're going, he called them last minute, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Got it.
Because I was finna say, with the first scene we see with her is him being like, no, I'm not selling the company. And I'm pretty sure that's because he's planning to give it to Dougie.
Yeah.
But he realizes, which I'm like, girl, I don't know how you just now realizing that your son is incompetent. But he realizes that maybe his son is not someone that should be running a business, and decided to pivot.
Yeah,
right.
And he drops out of college to have a band in Jamaica for like 5 years might not be the best run out business. We got to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't think it's maybe it's not the traditional route to becoming CEO. I don't see that usually, but you never know.
I wouldn't say that. Giving it to their son is quite traditional, I'd say.
It's very.
No, that part is you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this lady introduced
somebody was
herself.
saying, somebody in the comments was bringing up about when Amy broke. Yeah, we had said that. We had said that earlier, and then when Jackie had broke as well, when it was just her and PJ. There's a lot of good little moments. If y'all have any other ones that we missed, please put them in the comments so I can go back and look for them.
Yes, because we might not have ever details. So Elizabeth, basically, she is doing her intro. She's talking about being the investor director of strategic alliances. I had to write that down. Lots of words.
Yeah, waffle.
Basically, she's there to facilitate this possible buying out of the company. Usually doesn't sound like a good thing when a big corporation is gonna, buy out a mom and pop shop, and usually that doesn't go well for the previous owners and for the company is like identity. So that's interesting. And there's an aside to Claire saying that she really thinks Elizabeth is hot and she has a crush on Elizabeth. And I get it. Some redheads, they get attention, and it makes sense to me. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion.
It's the power. It's the power dynamic. Yeah. I was gonna say.
I feel like I learned a lot about Claire from
literally
her fascination with Elizabeth.
Claire wants to fuck Elizabeth, and Kate wants to be Elizabeth, and it's such a beautiful dynamic of that saying. Do you want to sleep with them or be them?
Right.
And
before we get into
two sides of that coin.
We have to talk about that video. That video was
insane,
crazy,
insanity. I'm like, am I watching propaganda for Nazi Germany, but instead of white, white blondes is gingers?
If
they're giving us gingers
the other
a bad
stuff,
name.
like the testicular frostbite, as this is insane. This is above all of that. And then everyone watches it and it's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. No one like snickered a little bit. I would have been like in shock, honestly.
No, yeah, she would have been uncomfortable. I'd be like, help.
How the fuck do you find that many gingers?
There's not a lot of us. Okay. I've only had one other one in high school. Okay. There's not that many people with red hair.
Yeah.
And my hair's not even fully red. It's really just my beard.
Yeah, for sure.
But
she shows the company video. Everyone's a redhead in the video. Very well done. Very much a corporate video. That part's believable. It's just the part that they're all redheads, and like it just feels like something's off. And they say that they're gonna tag along with the company during this retreat, and she's got her little two minions, like a little like assistants or associates, whatever you call them. Lee and Jean.
Of course, I had to remember their names. Yes.
What's also especially funny about that video, and why I'm thinking like if I was there, I would have especially been like, bitch, what's going on? Is I feel like if you've been in a corporate or even just like, when you have like the onboarding process at a new job, the videos be so diverse. It's like we got a black, we got an Indian, we got a woman, we got an amputee. Like they be having everybody in the videos, girl. So
we got someone with a nut allergy. We are diverse.
No, for sure, because they're they're
boxes.
also virtue signaling and like checking off the boxes of like what they need to check
Uh-huh.
off. And the funny thing with their website that the production made is that they say like all these buzzwords and they say diversity, and right above diversity is a picture of a redhead. And so it's just
They
so
cast two
unserious.
genders.
This Survivor editing team.
Oh my god.
It's just
But like
so
when
funny.
she's evaluating everyone later as if she has control over their employment, I'm like, you're just gonna fire everyone because they're not a redhead. Like,
I know.
we
And
see
the
you.
comment
We
about
see you,
health
Elizabeth.
insurance is a little too real with health insurance,
That
but
was crazy.
she really plays it well. I think this lady was ready to give it her all, and she does. They decided to tag along with the Doug-Kathlon, which is, you know, like a day full of like, activities for the whole team and just fun and, you know, bonding.
Girl, this is a
and
field day.
literally
This
a field day. They're
company
wearing
field
matching
day.
shirts. It's like they're at camp, literally. And Doug is in like a toga with like chilies on it. It's kind of cute actually, with like his little crown, and it's like instead of like just like olive branches or like whatever it usually is like Roman, he has little chilies in there. And they have a bunch of activities. They have the mechanical bull. They have like these like foot dart things where you like kick a soccer ball and it sticks to a target. They have like axe throwing.
There was something that Elizabeth was doing here that is very me. So if anybody's ever been like in a theater production and you're like on stage, but you don't have any lines and you're kind of having to do like some on stage business, she's doing that thing where you're kind of just talking about what you're doing. And she was like, yeah, so we're just viewing, we're just seeing the vibes, we're just seeing what's going on. And it's like you're doing that thing where you're making it look like you're talking, but you're not actually talking about anything. And I was like, that's so, because I've been in those moments where I'm like on stage and like I'm like, maybe it's like a dance scene and we're in the back and like the main characters are having their thing and it's like, wow, this is a lovely party, we're watching everyone dance, like just saying anything to words, it looks like you're talking.
Just always on.
Did these activities not give you like HOH competition?
Yes.
I was getting jealous. Honestly, like I want to do these.
Some of them could have been like they are better than HOH comps. Like honestly, like some of them could have been.
Agreed.
Or literally in place of a veto comp, you know. They seem to have fun, and the funny, one of the funniest things that happens, or you know, is a theme going into the rest of the evening, is that Kate goes up to Elizabeth and she's like, you know, I really look up to you, this is really cool, like you're a girl boss. And
this was so funny.
It's so funny because it is like a thing where like some people obviously don't like to be called girl bosses, and Elizabeth is like, you mean a boss? Like why do I have to be a girl boss? Like is it just because I'm a woman? Basically not taking it well. And I mean it's a funny argument. It's something that people always talk about, and like just doing it in front of Anthony was hilarious because it builds up tension. And Kate is taken aback and she feels like she's going to get fired. And that's like the last person that you want to be anxious because she's such a type A personality and is like wanting to do everything right all the time. So per Amy's, I will say this next thing, which I have a video for, per Amy's request.
Chat asking, are you a boss or a girl boss? So I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I don't know about
I'm a
girl
boss girl.
I think I'm a boss.
You know? Girl boss, gatekeep. I get all that. I also get the argument about just being a boss. Like what is
real?
What is?
But I thought what she said, which was crazy, is being a woman isn't an excuse for failing or something like that.
She was like, the goal is just to be a boss and not let a woman be a factor in it. But then she tagged on like, but also not letting being a woman being an excuse for failure.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus. Okay,
it reminded me, I forgot to say this on the last podcast, but when Lisa was like, yeah, don't invite Sally, she's on her period and she fucks up the vibes. And Anthony was like, whoa.
Yikes. I don't know, that was kind of off pocket. I feel like I would have definitely brought that up later, right? But especially when they came out as devilish and like not to be trusted, they'd be like, yeah, and there's sexist and probably racist, so I don't know why we're indulging with them.
And they had to go,
Yeah, Rockin' Grandmas is so diverse as well. So I don't understand why they wouldn't see that, or that would be a greater conversation. But I don't think that's what this show is. But if I was there and I was Anthony, that would be going through my mind. Because Anthony's POC, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I think part of it we
him
see,
black.
Yeah, in I think it's last episode or this episode, he's like, I really don't have a stake in this. Like, he don't really. I don't think he truly cares. But he just does like these people. So he's hanging out with them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this doesn't affect his life. So I don't think he's gonna like put his opinions out there too much. But I'm assuming like the way they do this, they're gonna make him give his opinions at some point. That's how these shows work. Because that's like last year. But I don't think he truly cares. I think he just likes these people.
Which we also find out from Kathy Griffin that Jimmy was in rehab, and that, or was it Anthony? Was it Jimmy or Anthony?
It was Jimmy.
Okay,
Jimmy.
yeah, Jimmy was in rehab, and Doug helped pay for it. Which shout out to Doug. He actually seems like a cool boss.
No, but wasn't Jackie and PJ outraged that like he paid for all of that? Especially them not knowing. I mean, I guess it is private, but yeah.
I didn't know if it was outrage or just like, oh,
maybe it wasn't outraged.
I didn't know they were mad that Jimmy got rehab paid for, or if they were mad that they were like openly saying that.
Okay,
that's how I took it, but it could be either way because they didn't really explain it much.
I think what's also is not talked about enough is how like, wow, Elizabeth is really just saying this loudly for everyone to hear. Like she just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This is very professional, but hey.
I know, knowing that they're doing a documentary too. Like there's cameras there filming a doc.
There's a camera right in her face. Does she know? I don't know.
White bitches are bold.
Oh, okay. And on that
note, like, especially what happens later at the hypnotism show, that's all on camera. That Trucas is fully exposed. Yeah. Like, I understand why she was so mad. I'd want to see footage of maybe she'd be like requesting them to not include that or something, or make them sign an NDA.
Cass, you're going way too deep. You're going way too deep.
And we have to make this so real for Anthony.
Yeah,
I'm just like, okay, if this wasn't a reality show, I wouldn't take it as deep. But I'm just thinking, like, if I'm Anthony, I can't help but put myself in these shoes. I'm just like,
of course.
I have so many questions, and maybe Anthony does too, and we just don't see them. But I don't understand how he could be so happy-go-lucky. I'm almost envious of his outlook on life.
Because I'm like,
he looks so happy.
Like even with the confessionals and stuff, like what the fuck are y'all asking me? Why are y'all asking me about this? This is a documentary about the hot sauce company. Why are we talking about Jimmy taking shit out of the toilet? And like, what? Oh my God. It's like, what's happening? Like, I would just be like, I would be like, I'm being pranked.
Right. Does Anthony not have friends that like prank him all the time and gaslight him into insane things? Because I've definitely had that happen to me. So I would not be able to experience all of this and not think it's fake.
That might just be us having bad friend groups. My friend group is definitely like that. Maybe Anthony has like the happiest life possible. His friend group is perfect.
That's what I'm saying. They casted perfectly. They must have like, I don't know, man. Because honestly, I could imagine Anthony being one of the actors at this point.
Down.
Yeah.
If I didn't know he wasn't, I would assume he's an actor. I would assume like
he gives a lot of good content. You feel like when he has reactions, he's improvising without knowing that he's improvising.
Mm-hmm.
And what he says are like, he's funny, like he brings good humor, and it really works with the group of people. Like he seems to vibe with all of them. He says he's having a good time. He said it a couple times already, and I don't know, I think like he's in a good mindset and seems to not be boring, so it like works out on screen. But I mean, it's funny in this next scene, which I know we have a video for. There's a activity like the pony racing, which is like these inflatable ponies that they're racing around, and Anthony's kicking butt. Anthony is.
They're kind of getting onto the backstretch.
Girl, he better than me.
Points for a valiant effort.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a win next time. Not against me though.
How many?
So that was after we see Anthony kicking butt. Amy approaches Anthony, takes him aside, and says, which is interesting, that Amy
foreshadowing, yeah.
Foreshadowing for later, that Amy goes up to Anthony and says, "Hey, like, can you like give this next race to other Anthony? Like, I think he just needs it. He's been losing everything. It shows like up until this point, he's pretty much like on purpose to, obviously, like it's scripted for him to miss the target like so egregiously bad, and just he needs a boost.
Because why would he hit that ginger in the face?
He's getting fired.
Please.
This was
so
Anthony
does.
episode.
Anthony does, and that's what we see in this clip is that he goes along and it's funny because when you see it in real speed, Anthony is doing his best to go slow, and other Anthony is also doing his best to not be that good. So you can see like they're just like going back and forth, and it's just hilarious because Anthony's trying to let him win.
It's
and just
literally
take it.
And meanwhile, the whole thing's on him. Yeah.
It's literally like I don't know if any of y'all watch Smosh, but when it's like you have to be the like whoever loses wins. And so it's a lot of like going in reverse, going really slow. Like that's what the vibe it was giving.
Hey, shout out to Smosh Summer Games. That's like such a
I thought that was the slide you pulled up for a second. I was like, damn, how did you
Vote for that in Kingdom's Choice. Yeah.
Hey, we're open to a collab, Smosh. If you want to collab with TRK,
you gotta fly us out.
Next Summer Games, fly us out.
Yeah. TKR versus Smosh.
New
TKR.
Wait, that I missed. I'm dyslexic. Okay, I don't know if that's the reality kingdom. TRK. I'm so dyslexic. It's not funny how dyslexic I am.
Yeah, okay.
I had to spell it out.
It didn't even. I was like, yeah, TKR. Period.
No, I know the way all of us moved on. Thank you.
The climax.
I'm getting fired.
It's okay. You're not. You're fine. I think I've said it wrong before.
They said sound like Big B.
Girl, not you, Evo. But you need to let it go. Watching that damn spotlight, and he kept saying Evo, Evo, Evo. Girl, let it go. Give it up, Delicious. You look like a man. I'm over it.
Julie should just stop counting his votes. You didn't properly say I evict.
Oh boy. Well, the last activity or last moment that kind of is a climax of all of this is this boxing like thing. Not boxing. Whatever you call it, where you're trying to like hit somebody off of the thing they're standing
jousting?
on. It's a jousting. Correct. Basically, it's between Kate and Elizabeth, and right before they go up, Anthony tells Elizabeth, like, just put her on her butt. Put her on her butt. Like, you can just go all out. It's fine. Like, show her the girl boss you are kind of thing. And
Anthony was hyping her up bad.
And Steve.
Yeah,
they were both. Yeah.
No, Steve was like, no, let her win. Let her win. Yes. Steve was like, no, let her win. Anthony was like, no, knock her on her ass, yo. Knock her on her ass, yo. And it was like, Jesus, Anthony.
This is the most invested he's been this whole time. He's like, you gotta do it. You see how she talked to you earlier? Go out there and show her. Like, okay.
Loki, after that video, I'd be like, yeah, hit her hard. Like, please, for me.
It was they really were scripting that to the point of, but it's just funny how he was adding to it in a different way. That like,
I wonder if Steve always had to be the opposite of Anthony. That's what I'm assuming it was. Anthony had to speak first, and then Steve had to do whatever the opposite was.
You're right. I didn't even think of that because obviously they had the blood prepared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, because then they had the drinks later, so this had to have happened. So yeah. And then she would have just chosen whoever said go hard.
The thing with Steve is like we need characters like him that are kind of like straight shooters. Like they're not like these really extra quirky characters because you need it to be believable that you have a bigger people that have normal quote unquote people among them. And so yeah, we needed Steve he probably just there to just pivot whenever he needs to pivot and take it where it needs to go. And it was a moment for sure when Elizabeth gets smacked in the face and falls off by, Kate. Yeah, Kate hits her, and everyone's freaking out. No, actually, everyone's celebrating.
No, Anthony's like, yeah! Fuck yeah! Anthony's too hype.
She knocks her out. Like, she hits this has to be editing because that sound when she gets hit, like she really got hit.
It had to be editing. I'm pretty sure it was like a staged hit.
Yeah, for her to be.
I have some insight. I have some behind the scenes of this. I did a little research into how they did this, and the lady who plays Elizabeth said that she was excited for this because they had been rehearsing it, and they had a whole stunt coordinator, and they had meetings with the special effects team, and she was like basically trained to take a hit, and she said to the actress, Kate's actress, to literally go for it. She's like, just go for it. And Kate was like, I'm so nervous. And apparently like leading up to it, wasn't looking forward to doing it. But the actress for Elizabeth is like, she's just down to do whatever. And I think that's cool because she made it look really real. And she told her to hit her. I mean, not hard, but she did get hit. And then she did a whole, like, I guess there was something in her nose or something that they popped in there right before. For it to come out, like, you know, movie magic and special effects. And
where are these clips? Are they on like their socials?
I've seen, yeah, she had like a little interview.
She has sources.
I have
Elizabeth dive after season.
Yeah, it's just fun to see like how much work goes into this stuff and like the rehearsal process. And she said afterward they drove away because they do drive away. Like they're like trying to rush her to get her some help. She said they drove off like on a cliff in Malibu and they were like got out of the car and were like screaming excited and she had like fake blood all over her. And so it was just like a fun like moment for the team. And like apparently because they have like base camp obviously where the production is and they're back there like just screaming and so happy that it like went off without a hitch. And in that moment you see Anthony shocked that this woman has a bloody nose and she's like he's trying to console Kate, which is adorable, and Kate's like, you know, beside herself, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get fired. I just you know, the boss is bleeding and I don't know if I'm a girl boss anymore.
Like I wish I could make a couple of my bosses bleed, bitch. I live in my dream.
Right? It's like, Kate, you're all getting fired unless you've got red hair dye at your disposal, so you're good.
Would y'all have fun doing these types of stunts? Like, if you were one of the actors, like, would you want to be hit in the face and like fall over and like, would y'all be having fun with this?
Yes, I would much want to be like a Elizabeth or like a Jimmy over a Steve. You know, even a Jackie or a PJ is a little bit. Oh, not all the blacks. They're just a little bit too plain for me. I need a little bit more of a quirk to play with. Like a Dougie would be really fun. An Elizabeth would be really fun. A Claire would be really fun. Like there's a lot of fun courts you could play where you're kind of really diving into a character versus like, hi, I'm Steve.
I just wouldn't be able to trust myself to be the Elizabeth because if that was me getting hit, I'd do like a whole over dramatization of the whole thing. I'd be like, I'd fall like this. I'd get people to have to carry me back out. I'd be too ill. Yeah, it would be too unbelievable.
Oh, that's why you're not on the show.
I know.
Yeah. Something about the stunts is fun to me though, because I've done some like this is from Drake lore. I did an indie film one time in Louisville. That's where I'm from, and I had to do my own stunts because we were so low budget. And I played a zombie who they had to kill, and they were just throwing me around, and I kept getting, and they kept making us reshoot it. And I was like, I'm just 18, I've never done this before, and they just kept making me refilm my death on like different angles. And I don't think that movie ever came out. I did all that shit for no reason.
I was gonna say, especially on an indie film, there's no like choreographer, there's no stunt coordinator. It's like, okay, girl, so we just gonna do this and go. And so,
I didn't even get paid. I got paid in Jet's Pizza. They were like, we have some leftover pizza. You want to take this home? And I was like, yeah.
Damn, leftover? It wasn't even fresh?
Yeah, it wasn't fresh because they bought it for us to eat while filming. Now, we still got some left. You want this? I was like, sure.
Lost Media, that is crazy out
there. No, it wasn't good. It was cold Jet's Pizza.
Yeah, you got some craft services. What's Jets? I don't think we have Jets out here.
Oh, there's a lot of Jets in at least Kentucky. There's quite a bit over here. Maybe it's just a South thing. I don't know. They got Jets Pizza in the UK, guys.
Oh, we don't. Unfortunately, no. But now I really want to go to Kentucky. Well, get some Jets Pizza. It only costs what? Some zombie shots. I can do that.
That's what it's called.
Please, only a couple of bruises and batters.
Yeah, only hours of footage of me getting mutilated. That's fine.
Mutilated makes that sound so much worse.
Mutilated sounds crazy. And it won't come out.
Mutilated sounds like a good time. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of pizza and food and dinner, we go into
that transition smooth.
I didn't know how to get out of mutilated, okay? Like,
just like that.
They go to a cantina. They don't
which is Mexican, in case you didn't know. PJ laid it out.
Yes. Which I want to point out, this going to an outside like place, like a dinner restaurant, is very reminiscent of season 1 when they were filming at Margaritaville. And I think it's just cool to see them out and about with other people that obviously probably know, and they just had to sign a waiver like you're gonna be on camera. But it just adds to the realness of everything. But obviously there's cameras there, so that part still is in play.
Yeah.
For this doc, but it's like, why is this doc filming us at like dinner after hours, having fun and drinking? Like, I don't really know, but we move.
Wonder if I would say I know they have secret cameras everywhere. I wonder if like part of it's like they think the doc's only filming certain things, and the secret camera's getting everything else. Because I think at some point you gotta be like, the documentary's not filming this no more.
No, I know that there were like the Margaritaville, they did have like cameras hidden everywhere. I just wonder, there has to be one or two that are like guys out there. I don't know. Maybe it is. You're right. They're all hidden because they get a lot of natural reactions. And
did they do interviews about this segment? I can't remember. No, they didn't. They were talking about the story. Yes, yeah.
Because I remember them being like, Jimmy shared something personal but funny. Like, I remember him saying that in one of the interviews.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
A shitty gift.
So they get to Cantina. There's Mexican food and there's drinks and cocktails. And Elizabeth sends a Bloody Mary to Kate because they're sitting at two different tables.
Ooh.
And you know, Kate reacts. She's like, "Why? What is this?" And they're like, "Oh, that lady behind you sent you this drink." And like, punny, it's a Bloody Mary, haha. And Anthony's like, "Oh, I see what's happening here." And he kind of
wait. How would you take this? I'd be terrified. Sorry, if that happened to Kate, I'd be like, "Girl."
I would have leaned in with Anthony. I probably would have went for like the rum punch, or if they had like funner names. Like,
that's definitely the better outlook.
Punch in the
feel
clock.
Like I'd get so paranoid. I'd be like, "Uh-oh," because when she turned around, she just kind of gave her a. I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah, it was like a little. Ooh, like look.
But I would be thinking if a bitch had beef with me, she wouldn't be getting me a drink.
Yeah,
I don't think Elizabeth strikes me as a traditional kind of woman. So,
well, I'm just trying to think. In Kate's mind, like if Kate was a real person, she thought she was about to get fired, and now she's buying her a drink. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna give her a drink back, and now I'm no longer getting fired. We're like going all in here. I think that's what you gotta do.
Okay.
But also, never turn down a free drink. Actually, maybe you should turn down a free drink.
But this didn't really lead anywhere, did it? She sent the drink back, and that was it, right?
I think this could lead to something.
I think sometimes it's just about tying up those loose ends or like continuing those strings of like seeds that's been planted. Okay. Like, you know, we see the Amy and Anthony payoff later this episode, or you know, just like different things like that. Maybe we could see it pay off next drop, and Kate's actually I'm leaving and I'm moving to Trucus, or like something like that. I think it could be, sometimes they're planting seeds here and there, or maybe this could just be it. And I feel like that's a satisfying little side storyline as well.
My thought was, I think Claire likes Elizabeth. It's gonna be like Elizabeth likes Kate. It's gonna be something like that. I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't know. I could be wrong.
God!
I feel like they have to have some type of payoff to this Claire Elizabeth thing. They built it up this like entire episode. She has to at least attempt something.
Claire hasn't had that much to do, has she? Really? She's just kind of in the back with some cool outfit. I mean, maybe that's all that's needed, really.
I think the sunscreen is kooky enough because
we talk about the
girl, why is you out here looking like Flashback Mary? It's giving poop.
She was looking like Jimmy in that one photo.
It's a lot going on.
SPF very seriously, and you know, can't deny that that's not a bad habit to have. But it is a lot of sunscreen. It really is, going through a whole bottle probably every time. And I don't know how that would feel, like being in the sun for hours and being like, I just gotta stay in character. I gotta have this whole thing on my body. I don't know, but basically, the next thing is that she sends rum punch back. So Kate sends a fun little cocktail called rum punch, and Anthony's like, yeah, do it, like that was so funny. And there's a moment where Anthony says aloud, it's like he's talking to the audience, that you couldn't script this. He basically says how this is so fun, this is hilarious, like you couldn't script any of this. And that's a very interesting thing that they left in there. And I think it's just hilarious because obviously he's on the situation where everything's scripted around him. And it kind of, I think in some people in the internet world feel like he's onto it and that maybe he's pretending that he's not onto it. I don't believe that. I personally don't think he is. I can see why that argument would be made because he said that too. Like, haha, like.
But that's also not that's a very common saying. Like people say that in their everyday lives.
Yeah.
Like, so it obviously in this context, it looks very. It's like when someone on Survivor or Big Brother, it's like I trust you, like I really, really trust you, and the whole time that person is playing in their face. It's not out of the ordinary for someone to place their trust in someone, but placed within the context of everything that's happening around. It's like, oh, you dummy. But like outside of that, it would just be kind of common.
I mean, yeah, Anthony's not an actor. I don't think he'd be able to go along with this so convincingly if he truly did know. And it's also like he has so much energy. I don't think I would be able to find the energy within myself to keep acting for so long. He's clearly taking it from all the insane things happening, right? I just no, I feel like if he didn't know, they'd either like show everyone for the integrity or like we'd notice. I think
I was literally gonna say, I think the peaks, like the ebbs and flows of the journey are exhibited. Like when something really awkward happens, you see the light and the air get suffocated. Like I feel like a perfect example of that is, you know, what just happened with the Doug-Kathlon. You know, he's like all hype. He's like, and then when she's bleeding, it's like, ooh. And I feel like those authentics are really, you know, natural and authentic. And like Kaz was saying, he's not an actor. So I don't think we would be getting as authentic of a reaction or experience if he knew.
Yeah. Also, in season 1, I think the guy Ronald said something very similar, and they leave it in the show. I just think it's sometimes so much crazy stuff happens. You're like, this is real, but like it doesn't feel real. Or like it just can't be scripted because it's so crazy. Like stuff like this happens. It's a common thing.
It must be because you guys said we just see the craziest stuff. If you were to live it every day and you'd see stuff going around you, the normal mundane stuff, it maybe make the whole picture a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, and so I can see that people would think that, but I think you have to like think of it like don't get so lost in the sauce. Think about how we talked about it. Think about it that way. There's just so much that we don't see. And so there's a hypnotist show at this dinner. And this is when I was a little skeptical. I was like, what are we doing? Are we really going to push this further? Because I don't know if you guys believe in hypnotism. I don't know if you think that, you know, there are really.
I want to get hypnotized so I can tell, because they had a hypnotist come for like my senior day. We did like a senior lock-in at the bowling alley. They had a hypnotist come. And like some of the girls went up there, my friends went up there, and I was like, girl, what is it giving? And I feel like I never get a straight answer from someone that's been hypnotized. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm like, I just need to know for myself. But from what I've seen, it seems like the girls just be playing along.
It just, I think it just seems really relaxing. I definitely understand how someone could get put to sleep from hypnotism, but then to do the whole lucid dreaming, dreamlike mind control thing is where I'm a little bit confused on where the science is. Like I've seen videos of hypnotisms. And oh my god, I want to fall asleep myself. It's like ASMR.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I do believe that Brittany Hoops was hypnotized in the cast of Beach 24.
Yes, she should. I would say that's my only like memory and like knowledge of hypnotization is Brittany Hoops. And I remember her like doing like a group like hypnotize session like early in the season. I was like, ask for game info. You're at the bottom. This is like pre-leftover. Like do something. Like ask for game info.
And she had to lie about her occupation as well.
She's like, it's just a hobby. At this point, just say you do it. Like, what are we doing?
And they bring this guy. He's a hypnotist. He asks for volunteers, and other Anthony and one of Elizabeth's assistants. His name's Lee. Is that what his name was?
Lee. Yeah.
He joins the stage, and Ginger Lee goes on the stage, and there's a group of people up there, like, you know, people go along with it, and it shows like a kind of a montage, a little bit of them starting to get hypnotized, and you know, sleeping, waking up, and. He has other Anthony get up and basically says, I think this is actually the point where Anthony gets pulled up as well with Jimmy. Is that correct?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. So you're right. Other Anthony starts strip dancing with a chair, seemingly hypnotized, and it's scandalous. And that's like, I think the reaction that, in the picture that we see on the lower right-hand side, where everyone's kind of like, oh my gosh, other Anthony is getting down on the stage, and we're his coworkers. It's a little odd.
Amy never wanted to be a chair so badly in her life.
Oh,
Yeah.
down. She was clutching her pearls, girl. She was finna get Kate's vibrator. Let me see what's going on with that, girl. She was like, have you seen him move like that? She was getting hot and bothered. I was like, Kate, calm down. But he was low key serving it up. It was giving like white boy drunk on the cruise, stripping. But I was eating it up.
What do you think other Anthony has that Kevin lacks that is the key to Amy's heart? This strip routine.
this whole routine. Kevin
Black
can't do
mold.
this.
Yeah, black mold.
Yeah.
Being on Helen's couch. Like it was
Wait, I kind of see the vision.
He got those love seat hips. So you can really do some movement with those.
The way he drunk out of that.
Yes, the fleshlight lips as well.
This was other Anthony's drop. He was the star of this drop.
Love seat hips and fleshlight lips. My new book coming to you soon.
Get him on the new season of The Bachelor. Fuck Taylor Frankie Paul. We got other Anthony.
Oh.
He has to go by other Anthony the whole time. It's not even
the thought of that is sending me into oblivion.
Then the group was really excited to see what was happening, and it was just so fun for Anthony. He was really having the time of his life. And you could see Claire. I could tell Claire. I don't know if you noticed in moments, you could tell she was like not Claire, and she was reacting to the thing that was happening as herself, as the person. And I don't know, you know, when you see that look in people's eyes and you're like, this is crazy, like this is something we're doing, like I don't know, I could tell from her look that she was like having a moment, which I would have that moment too. And the whole thing, you know, escalates. We get to a game show, hypnotist game show, where it's called To Tell the Truth, and the guy goes around. He's like, I want, you know, some volunteers or something, right? And everyone's like, Jimmy, like, get Jimmy. I don't know how it really
works. No, so what happened was Ginger Boy.
Ginger Lee.
He said Ginger Lee. He said
Ginger Lee.
Said that Ginger Link. He said that he wanted to go to like a Russian roulette, or he likes to indulge in Russian roulette sex clubs. And so
the one where they kill people?
Yeah, you never heard of this guy? That's
yeah,
that's a thing here in America.
That's what I was trying to figure out. What's the Russian roulette? Is it a gun or
American
is it like
roulette.
semen?
I just thought of gun the entire time. I never.
Okay.
But what you say makes sense. Like, well, does it? I've never been to one of these clubs, but they are a thing.
Oh, sure. Good save.
I'm like, what's the mix? Is it like danger and sex, or is it just like taking the idea of Russian roulette and molding it with sex? But I mean, if it's in Russia,
why don't we find out? TRK field trip.
To tell the truth. He tells that's his truth, you know. And you're right. That happened right before Jimmy even goes up, because at that point, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" And like his boss is like kind of, you know, embarrassed. And then Anthony eggs on Jimmy, basically eggs him on and gets him like hype. And they're like, "Jimmy, bring Jimmy up." So then Anthony and Jimmy both get pulled on stage, and they have Anthony do the little snappies basically for him. He's kind of just standing there. He's not like part of the action, because you can't if this is not a real hypnotist. I don't believe he is anyway. So they need him.
I thought he was.
No, wait. It's one of those things like Truckers. They made like a fake internet persona called Michael Swesson, the hypnotist. His website is so cheesy. Like if you looked at it, you'd be able to tell it's fake. But no, they really did their background checks on this. It's really cool.
He just had hypnotist vibes to me. I was like, oh, they just probably got a hypnotist off the internet and just told him what the gig was.
He gives very much America's Got Talent as a hypnotist on.
Yes, he does with that.
Down.
You made it to the live show with your first round. It's okay, but we did enjoy it.
No.
So to tell the truth.
You hypnotize to where they're like revealing everything. I can't. There's no way. Like, surely if there is this kind of attraction in real life, people would talk about it more.
The cops would use this, right? Like, if this was
real, like, literally, if you could hypnotize the truth out of someone, and maybe the thing with hypnotists is you can't decide what truth they tell. But I would think that the U.S. government would have, you know, weaponize this talent that people are just casually profiting off of in the everyday world.
How do we know they
Make a
haven't?
reality show.
That's a good. That could be. Brittany Hoops might be busy right now. We don't even know.
Anything's possible, Dave. Anything's possible in this
See.
world that we live in. But Jimmy goes up there. Jimmy goes up there and he's ready to be hypnotized.
Oh my god.
And some crazy stuff happens because Jimmy's hypnotized and he's telling a story. He's telling a story that is kind of long-winded in my opinion, because
It was long-winded.
we're all hanging on to his every word because he's saying it kind of slowly, and he start talking about, you know, his girlfriend at the time, and he's like, she says, bring me something special, and he's like, I went and I grabbed a bunch of toilet paper, and I'm like, where is this going? And then I wrapped it around my hand, and then I grabbed a piece of poop from the toilet. I don't know if this piece of poop was unflushed or if he had to do it and then pull it out. Like, there's some logistics there. I'm unclear about.
It was fresh from what I heard. I think it was fresh, and I agree. It was definitely long-winded. He could have cut the backstory. We didn't need to know about when I was 5. This was my first love, and we met here. And he could have cut all that. He could have just cut straight to when I was with my ex. We did the thing. I went to the bathroom. She said, "Bring me something special." I dug in the toilet, fished out a piece of poop, and squeezed it. Like, I think it should have been concise. It was way too long. We didn't need the backstory and all that.
It gets to the carpet and the cat starts licking it or eating it.
Oh my god!
I forgot about that.
And everyone's just embarrassed for him, and it's just cringe. It's just so weird situation, right? It's a weird situation. And we go on to the next person, which is Ginger Lee. Ginger Lee is under the spell of this hypnotist, and the question from the hypnotist is something like, who is a leader, or what does a leader
become like the most act like the most powerful person.
Act like the most powerful
and
person.
his frame of reference is his boss.
Is his boss, correct. And
Kathy Griffin.
He starts revealing his boss's her secrets, and basically saying that she's being fake with the company, and that we're gonna tell you what you want to hear so we can take over the company. And obviously that's not good for his boss to hear, and for the general company and individuals in the audience, which, you know, doesn't look good for Ginger Lee. And he gets scolded, as I think we see, like, they're driving away and they're getting in the car. Kathy Lee Griffith is just scolding him.
This is worse than the hot sauce, right? Like, if I'm choosing between two evils, I'm going with Dougie.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Also, something funny that made me laugh is she's like, "Does your wife know about these Russian roulette sex clubs? We've been separated."
I don't know which one is worse. I think the hot sauce, for me personally, like, if I'm Dougie or if I'm Ginger Lee, the hot sauce is personally worse for Dougie. No, I feel like both situations. If you're a person experiencing,
Kathy Griffin is having this on the documentary. Her entire career should be down the toilet after this. Hopefully, she's gonna scoop it out like Jimmy. Hopefully, but we'll see.
Hey, but I mean, it could be scrubbed. Like, before the doc comes out, money can do a lot of things, and you know, she can get it removed from whatever this is gonna be in the end.
I was gonna say, I would think you would think that, especially if this deal doesn't even end up going through, because either way it goes, if the deal doesn't end up going through, well, maybe if the deal doesn't end up going through, this is good content for the documentary, like, oh, we almost sold to this business, they were being shady, but if the deal does go through, then it's not good, you know, business practices. But I also feel like for rocking grandmas, you wouldn't want people to know that you're so naive that you just selling it to a bitch that don't even fuck with you for real.
Yeah. Because after this, even if you're still selling it, you got to find someone else now. Like, this person is fully taking advantage of you and your grandma. That's not rocking, you know? You got to find someone else.
It's not rocking. And it was interesting because, there's a flaw with, like, the whole Dougie thing, and now a flaw with these investor people and that company. And what is Doug going to do? What is Dougie going to do going forward? And, you know, what are these employees are saying? They don't want their jobs to change. They want to stay together. They don't want their company to change. So it, like, kind of shows them as, like, a very tight knit, you know, gaggle of people. And as they're leaving the restaurant, they're like waiting by the van, and PJ's like asking Anthony, like, have you seen Amy and other Anthony? I don't know where they are, and like we want to leave. And strategically PJ asks Anthony so that they both go and look around, and lo and behold, they're making out.
Girl,
Amy and other
swapping tongues.
are getting it on.
I get that Amy was aroused by that whole routine, but I just think this is so crazy that they can still get like horny after the poop story and after that confession. Like
that wasn't his story though.
Maybe it's been a couple of minutes.
Literally.
No, but still, like that would still be on my brain, and I'm not thinking sexy thoughts after that.
I don't know. Because sometimes stuff happens in life, and it's like, well, that was crazy. So now it's
trauma
like
response. Trauma response.
It's day 4 of the company retreat. We got a couple of drinks in our system. Hey, we having fun.
You have black mold in your brain. Like we have to.
Yeah.
We're getting fired probably.
Listen, the combination of black mold and Cool Ranch Doritos and a Cantina, you never know what's gonna happen. And some hypnotism
and jerk off sauce.
Literally, it's the recipe for some interesting things to happen. And it's funny. Anthony thinks it's hilarious when he finds them, and he's like, "It's okay, guys. Like, we just need to leave." And he kind of takes it in stride, but it's an HR thing too. Like, if you think about it, this is just
mind you, that's not even his job for real. He said, I mean, girl, when everybody go to bed, y'all go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly. And that's kind of weird. They are. It's just funny. It's something was bound to happen with Amy, like in her story. And hey, she didn't have that on her bucket list. Maybe she can add it.
Well,
and
she did get her bucket list was hook up with a stripper. She got it off the bucket list.
Oh my god! That was probably foreshadowing. Oh my god.
Hey,
she did a hike and hooked up with a stripper in the same day. Look at this bucket list going.
Wow, these writers really are thinking about it all. I'm telling you, they're so just genius.
Clever.
And the clever writing and producing, and that's where we leave off. And they're driving away, and obviously Ginger Lee, our other Lee, the least favorite Lee for us, he gets in trouble, and who knows what's going to happen as they drive away. And that's where we leave off this episode.
Does anyone have any predictions for like the final drop?
Well, we saw that
we said Kevin's coming back.
Yeah, Kevin is coming back to confront Anthony because I think it's going to be a whole telephone situation. So that should be exciting. We're obviously going to get some resolve in terms of what's happening with the company. I just feel like I personally wouldn't be satisfied if Dougie got the company because he doesn't deserve it. But hey, white people get things that they don't deserve all the time. I'm sorry, Jamaican. He's Jamaican. But yeah, I don't know. They constantly surprise me.
My prediction, I think in season 1 they had it set up where like the guy had a choice to make about like the trial and like what he was going to do. I think they're gonna manufacture somewhere Anthony has a choice depending on if Dougie gets more responsible or something. Like something. Yeah. Anthony's gonna influence Dougie enough to see if he can like man up to take over the company. There's gonna be.
I think Doug especially because he keeps checking in with Anthony. Like you can tell he likes him. I definitely think they're building up to some big decision.
Damn, in season 1, where all this reverb come from?
Right. Oh, me? Did I switch mics?
Is it me?
No, it was Cass. Cass came through with the reverb, girl.
Oh God,
oh,
sorry. I'll reset my mic. Okay,
wait,
never mind.
So,
wait, what was your prediction, Helia?
Well, less of a prediction, more of an interest of I want to know how they end up revealing to him that moment. That's what I'm looking forward to, and just his reaction. It's just so satisfying to watch, and kind of like a lot of things are leading up to that moment. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that. I don't really have a prediction. I'm just kind of going along for the ride, and the behind the scenes I'm excited for.
Real.
Does anyone have any favorite bits so far before we get into this last drop?
The Trucus video. I burst out laughing at that. That can't be real.
Everything with Claire is my favorite. I love it.
Oh yeah.
I'm still stuck on jerk off sauce. Like it's just so good. It's so good.
I didn't mention they were doing a little experimental thing where they were trying different flavors with Anthony and Dougie, and it was really interesting to see. Like Dougie brings him into the fold. He's like, let's try these applesauce like flavors. So they do some spices, put them in applesauce, and they call it like, he's like, let's call it tropical something. Tropical
Which
hot
honestly doesn't sound bad. Like a
Not really.
habanero applesauce, I could get down.
Why not?
He seemed to like it. So probably does taste good.
Yes,
But-
Dougie said he's getting something on the front end. Anthony said he's getting on the back end, and then
Yeah.
Jimmy said porcupine.
This guy's here for 4 days. He's already so ingratiated in this company. He's like, I got a stake now on the flavors of our next drop.
Literally.
Like, you never know what's gonna happen. But
Literally.
listen, I'm excited for whatever's to come in the next drop. Get on the Patreon, you guys, because Lee and Farrell have a lot of stuff cooking up every month. They have the reality that they do monthly. They are watching Euphoria. I'm looking forward to that.
Same.
First season was great. I love Zendaya. I'm not looking forward to the season in general because of a lot of stuff around it, but I'm going to watch
It's a different show. It's a different show. This is a different show.
It is a different
It looks like a crime show now. Like,
And
Yeah,
listen,
this is just the
Zendaya,
idol.
she's ready to leave. She's ready to like walk away. She has so many other exciting things coming up. So we'll see how this last season of Euphoria goes. So join Lee and Pharaoh and make sure you get on the Discord because
Real.
everybody's talking all the time, all day, every day. If you want to get on there, please do. There's a lot going on. And put in your vote for Reality Rewind. There's still some time. I think this is for May, so we have some time, but make sure if you didn't vote to
And
put
everything
your
tied
vote.
up. Apparently.
Well,
Yeah.
they said that something pulled out in front, girl. They haven't spilled that tea.
Ooh,
But something
so
pulled
if
out
you
in
don't think
front.
that's your show, you better vote.
yes.
And we don't know either. So we can't play
No.
favorites. Just vote for your favorite, and it could be down to 1 or 2 votes. You never know what it would come down to. And listen, March was packed. We're at the end of March now, and April's going to be even more busy. And right after this podcast, we're going to do the Age of Attraction podcast. So I'll see everyone there. Make sure you jump in and watch. And if you're not watching the show, it is a crazy show, you guys. You're going to want to hear our thoughts because it's wild
Okay,
on that.
Right,
Okay,
because y'all
so-
finna recap the whole season, ain't y'all?
Yeah,
We're
they're
going to
doing
recap the whole season, baby. That's
Are
right.
you
That's
exaggerating
right.
or are you actually recapping the whole
No,
season?
they're
They're recapping the whole
literally
season.
recapping.
Listen, it was 8 episodes.
Okay.
Some of it was like a lot of filler. And so we'll talk about the couples, okay? It'll be interesting. It'll
Lovely.
be fun.
Period.
And the scripted kingdom, make sure you support Pharaoh. He's got his scripted stuff out. I'm a big scripted media girly myself. So I'm always interested in whatever Pharaoh's takes are with all these shows and movies. But that's all for today. And we cannot wait until we come back for the next drop and see what is going to happen at this company retreat. Thank you,
one more
everyone.
drop.
I know. Thank you for joining us. This was so much fun. And
It was fun.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.